have a recipe section.
That's right.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, why did you do that? Okay. One more time. All right, I think we're on.
Okay. We could give ourselves some kind of a name of cooking.
That's right.
Yep.
All right, good evening, folks. Welcome to the November 4th, 2024 Select Board meeting for the town of Parsonsfield. The first thing on our agenda is always the town clerk. She is a little tied up with election things today, so she won't be in. However, she did send us an update. Polls are open tomorrow. Please come and vote between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Just for the record, they've processed 435 absentee ballots so far. The clerk's office will be closed for regular business tomorrow because of the election. And the whole town office will be closed Monday, November 11th, which is a week from today, in observance of Veterans Day. 2024 taxes are due on December 2nd. After that, you will pay interest on any remaining principal. And then she has a couple of questions about website design and online access for our assessors, which we will be addressing. Let's see. Last week in her report, they had collected $1.741 million in taxes. This week they've collected 3.0, so they collected $1.2 million in taxes in the last week. Pretty good. Okay, we'll go with that for that report, and I need to go back and find the agenda again. There it is. All right. The agenda for this week is here. Anybody have any additions they want to put on before we go ahead? I'm good with what we have, okay? Minutes from last week are not available yet. That one's on me. I was busy today, so we will have those next time around. I will mention, though, that next time around is in 2 weeks, because next Monday is Veterans Day. We will not have a meeting, so we will not be here next Monday. And that goes for the coffee also. Jen was probably going to mention this, but there won't be any coffee hour next Monday. Okay, bills for this week. And I apologize, I didn't take a preliminary look at those. Take a quick look. Keys, so we're all set with keys now, Jen?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I guess so.
Meaning,
You should have seen the pile I had
yeah.
and what they opened.
Grass. Okay. And today. Apartment. What's this? Oh, that's okay. I'm going to sign those after you guys, so I don't hold them up. Well, actually, I think I will wait. Give us just a minute to go through these bills, folks.
This is where we could be bringing up our cooking recipes.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
And we were discussing some unique recipes prior to our meeting tonight, so thought maybe we could have a cooking section in our meetings. Any thoughts? Send
Yeah,
your,
send them our way.
ideas.
Let's see, I'm going to...
Be gentle, though, please.
Wait. Put it up on...
You know, looking at those bills and the warrant, as long as the bills are all on the warrant, I don't know if we need to initial each bill. If we just initial the warrant itself.
But then,
Let's find out the legality of that.
yeah, how do we know if we initial the warrant, if they're all,
Yeah, well, we
Yeah.
have to check. Somebody's
Yeah.
got to go through and compare one for one.
yeah.
But that's quicker than, well, maybe not quicker. Yep, we'll look into that.
What we didn't talk about was the Sockopee rescue payment.
Okay. We can bring that up
Yeah.
later. We need to find out a little more information.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Oh, I didn't change that. Rats. Oh well. Oh, I didn't mention the warrant total for today is $42,509.48. That's all the bills that we're approving. Big chunk of that is paving and sealing Weeks Road. Oh, yeah. That we did get. Let's see here. Okay, I'm gonna continue on while you're
Sure.
there. No ads that I'm aware of. There may be an ad for the for an upcoming site walk or public hearing that the appeals board is going to be holding, which we'll talk about in a minute. This. Reports. We got a report from Department of Public Safety, who are our dispatchers. And let's see. Majority of the calls, 18 of them were medical in nature. And then ones and twos and threes, there were 5 fire calls. Suspicious person or vehicle incident, there were 4. And there were 4 criminal mischief and damage calls. Oh, there's one more. Citizen requested assistance. There were 5. The others were 1s, 2s, and 3s. That'll be posted on the website. Have to apologize, we're a little behind on our postings because of the fact that this election has been monopolizing the clerk and deputy clerk's times. Again, please come out and vote tomorrow. Okay, we've done 3 assessments. We've actually done a couple more. 3 abatements of the 4 or 5 that we've done that are going to require supplemental bills, meaning that they were either taxed to the wrong person or to the wrong property. So we've got the abatements that took them off. Now we need to put stuff back on. We'll have those ready for our next meeting to sign. We got our new health insurance rates across the board. The medical plans went up 9% starting January 1st. So any of our employees that are in those plans may see an increase depending on which plan they have. the town pays for the employee for the least expensive of the 3 plans that we offer. Actually, I think one of them has been done away with, if I recall, so there may only be 2 now. And then with an increasing, a graduated amount paid for family plans after 2 years, I believe, 2 through 8 or 9 years, graduated payment. And a 1% increase in the dental plan. Okay, that's all for our agenda items. Jen, do you have things to add?
Update on the Spectrum increase in internet access. All my calls to Kate Gore have been unanswered. So I don't know what my plan B is. I'll try another way to find out what's going on. But it's still something that I'm working on. I haven't forgotten. Callista Cross came by and delivered a sign to us, thanking us for the town's vote on the Veterans Memorial Bridge. She took a picture and she said it'll be in Facebook. So if any of you are friends with Callista Cross, you can find the picture.
You might mention.
And and we just placed it in the glass cabinet, so anyone coming in to vote tomorrow can see it as they come in.
Yeah.
Let's see. We're looking to have security cameras put in right after Thanksgiving. That's part of the grant that we got from MMA. And I think our next food drive is going to be November the 21st, so yeah, November 21st, so a couple weeks away still. An update on the Community Resilience Partnership in terms of a solar project. SMPDC is looking into having a solar consultant look at what we've got, especially down on Secocas, and what we can do, and maybe finding out, maybe from Soltage, what their initial plans were too that might be helpful to us. In just signing that electric bill for the lights, CMP's lights in our town, if we somehow could produce enough solar energy to pay off all the town's bills, that would certainly help the rest of the town with whatever monies were spent. So that's where we're at. We're still looking at it. I think that's all I have to say.
Okay, thanks. Aaron?
Yeah, just 2 quick updates. The Recreation Committee is going to have their first meeting on the 20th. I sent an email out to everybody this afternoon, just confirming. But we'll be electing a chair and moving that forward. Excited to get that project going. And then I talked on the phone with someone from, what's the name of the company?
The fencing stuff?
For the salt shed. Steelmaster. And so we talked about kind of what our current size is for the one on Secocas Road, and replacing it in kind would cost in the neighborhood of $85,000 to $90,000 just for the steel, just for the roofing part, because of how thick of a gauge they would need to cover that span. He said at that kind of distance, it would actually be cheaper to do 2 smaller buildings side by side, because we want to do one for salt sand and one for just sand. And so at this point, I kind of got to figure out what we want to do and size we need, talk to contractors, talk to Maya, figure out, ideally what size buildings we would want for those 2. And then that way we can kind of get a more accurate representation of the numbers. But yeah, that 85 to 90 was for a 50 by 76, which is similar to what's there now. And that doesn't include assembly, and that doesn't include the concrete that it would sit upon.
Oh, wow.
And so the Steelmaster company, they use the 2x2 trash blocks, build up a 4 to 8 foot wall, and then they supply the metal that spans the middle. And then that includes one of the ends being closed off.
Is that company down near Sanford? Is that the?
No,
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 okay.
this is a different company. They're in Virginia. At least the guy I talked to was from Virginia, and they ship all over. I reached out to the town of Effingham as well because on the Steelmaster website they listed Effingham as having recently purchased one. So I reached out to the town of Effingham to see, process-wise, if they had a contractor they could recommend. Obviously, being that close, they would be a wealth of knowledge there
Yeah.
to go through the process. But obviously, this is the replacement side of it, not the repair side of it. So, kind of going to continue down both
Yep.
those paths and figure out what we can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, winter's coming.
All right, you're not thinking about something for this year, are you?
No. In our discussion with Maya, we kind of came to that conclusion that there really isn't going to be something that we'd be able to do with this year.
What about this year?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
More so being preventative with our contractors around the building as it stands, and hopefully continues to stand.
Right.
Yeah.
All right,
That was it for me.
okay. Very good. We just need to finish initializing.
Yeah, there's a few bills at the end, I think, that we didn't sign, credit card things.
Oh,
Yeah. And from M&T.
And then the actual warrant also needs to be initialed.
Okay.
Who wants it?
Oh, yep, go ahead.
Okay.
Whoever tosses it first.
That's right.
Let's see, did we get any?
So let's see, I don't have anything, folks. I mean, I've talked about everything that I've been working on today. I will bring up the fact the Board of Appeals met last week, and what is it, Jen? Is it a
It's
site walk or a public hearing?
It's a public hearing.
Public hearing on November 15th, did you say?
It's a Friday, yes, November 15th.
Okay, November 15th at 6 p.m., I assume?
I believe so, yes.
All right. On the appeal from Lacey Donnelly regarding denial of a permit. We still have a couple of things on our workshop items, our emergency action plan, the paid family medical leave, which we need to make sure we are set up for, and personnel policy updates. There are suggestions as well as updates required because of our change to the our CEO building inspector position. Okay.
And there is a planning board workshop Wednesday.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
You're right. Planning board workshop Wednesday, day after tomorrow. Yep. Okay.
Sockabee Rescue.
Okay, yeah. I really need to find out what our agreement is.
Okay.
But yeah, we've gotten a request for payment, for partial payment from Sockabee Rescue, and I think we're not quite on schedule to make that first payment. They typically get 3 payments from the other towns,
Right.
and so they request them the first one earlier.
Gotcha.
We've always given 2. And
Yeah.
our budget or our town meetings are so different than the other towns
Yeah.
that it's like
So
they
we're
consider us
holding
late.
that payment for this point.
Yeah.
At this point. Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
All right, all signed there, Jen. You can read them if you want.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right. I guess that's it. It's just the 3 board members here tonight, no visitors. Again, I reiterate, please vote tomorrow if you haven't already voted. And we will see you in 2 weeks. No meeting next week because of the holiday. Thank you and have a good evening.
Did we have anything else in the other folders that,
Nope, the
Nope.
only thing that would have been would be
the agenda?
The minutes,
Minutes, right.
Or,
Yep.
ads.
yeah, supplemental tax bill.